So today it is day one, so I'm going to be looking at this right here. So we're going to be covering foundation and brand identity, ne? So the theme of today's class is building a business foundation. So we're going to cover introduction to business, digital, and then creating your own brand identity, and then we are going to look into logo and visual design basics, and then understand our target market in Swaziland specifically, but then we're going to move it to the global part. So let's move into it. So now it's supposed to be a 2 hours lecture, but I'm going to try to make it as short as I can because I don't want to take so much of your time and confusing you on the run. So now let's look at this. Let's understand what brand identity is. So we need to firstly understand, what is a brand. So before we can build anything, we need to understand what is a brand. So most people, they usually make this one a mistake. They think that a brand is the logo. Some, they think that the brand is actually the name. Then some think it is just colors, ne? But a brand, there is so much involved with creating your brand or creating a business brand anywhere, either in the country or outside the country. But when we talk about a brand, we're talking about something very, very dynamic. So when we talk about a brand, this is actually the feeling that people get when they think about your business. You see, the first thing that comes into the customer's mind, or the first thing that comes into anyone's mind, immediately the name of your business is mentioned, or the name of your shop is mentioned, right? So let's look at this. For instance, if we look at Nando's, so when you think about Nando's, what do we get? There is this feeling that talks about what? There is fun, it is spicy, it is South African pride, right? So you see, immediately somebody talks about, let's go and get a meal where? In Nando's. What comes into your mind? You already know that the spice they use there is very good, you see. And then let's look at Apple. Apple, what is the feeling? When we're talking about Apple, we're talking about one of the greatest technology companies in the world, right? They produce good electronics, phones, computers and stuff, right? So, but what they represent is what? It's premium, it's innovative, it is stylish. Everyone who wants to buy an iPhone today is because they feel like when you buy an iPhone, you are there. They feel like when you buy an iPhone, you are actually one of the best people, or one of the people who can afford. You've got money. You get what I'm saying? So that is how the company has actually built their brand now, to the extent that wherever their name is mentioned, they already know that definitely people are going to buy this product. Now let's look at Coca-Cola. So have you ever seen an advert of Coca-Cola whereby they tell you that we have mixed what? We've mixed water with the carbon dioxide, and then we've mixed these flavorants and these colorants. No, they don't talk about that. Immediately they start advertising Coca-Cola. It is usually what? A group of friends. Or it is after a long day's work, and then they go there, they share a drink. It's family, it's friends. That is what Coca-Cola is all about. Refreshments, happiness, sharing. That is what their brand represents. So whenever you are going to decide to do your brand, when you decide to do your brand, in your mind, you need to keep it in integrity. You are going to do what? You have to put this feeling in the mind of the customer. You've got to communicate that value in the mind of the customer. For instance, when you talk about Nike, when you talk about Adidas, you see these brands, what they communicate is what? Sportsmanship, right? When we talk about Nike, we talk about one of the best teams in the world. Either it is soccer, mostly it is soccer. So the soccer players, one of your best soccer players, as long as they are wearing their Nike jerseys, their Nike shorts, their Nike socks, immediately you feel like if you are going to be doing any kind of sports, you can now go and buy what? You can now go and buy a Nike too, because you want to be part of the group. I think we're going to cover this thing when we're talking about copywriting, because getting into the mind of a customer and creating a product that they're able to go and buy simply because of what you are communicating to them. So let's move. Now, so what is really a brand? So it is how you make people feel. It is what you stand for. It is what makes you different. It is why should people choose you. You see, These are very, very important when you are deciding to create your brand. Very, very, very important. Now, let's look at this. Why brand matters for Swazi businesses. So here in Swaziland, we've got very, very amazing products. We've got beautiful traditional crafts, talented fashion designers. Definitely, these guys are doing a great job. Then skill service providers, innovative food businesses, right? But you do understand, good, most of them, they are struggling to create a brand. Why? Because most of the time we are not taught these things in business schools, or not taught these things where at school. So, but lucky for you, you are here. So if you are here, I'm definitely going to give you all these things without any problem. So let's move now. Let's look at these two. Let's look at these two. Imagine there are two people who are selling what? The same t-shirts in Swaziland or in Manzini market. Now, person A has no business name. The clothes are in a black plastic bag, and then there is no consistent pricing. Then person B has a brand name, which is what? Swazi Trends. And then their professional packaging, they've got an Instagram page, and then their quality is consistent. So who would you buy more from here? And who can charge more? Definitely it is person B. Why? Because they have a brand. So a brand helps you to even do what? To even charge higher. Because a no-name package or a no-name item, wherever, it might be a challenge for you to create a no-name brand or market it. But immediately you put a name on it, it is easy for customers to trust you. Customers trust branded items. They trust branded items a lot. Now, a strong brand, it will allow you to do what? It will allow you to charge higher prices. It will allow you to build customer loyalty. It is going to allow you to stand out from competition, right? And then it is even easier to grow when you've got a brand, and people can easily remember you. Because if people are just going to say it is the dark lady who sits by the table next to Wewe, but if they say it is Swazi Trends, so even if the person is going to go on social media, maybe they lost your contact, they don't know how to find you again, but as long as they've got your brand name in their mind, they can be able to get you on social media. Go to check your Facebook page, your Instagram page, or wherever way they can find information about you. But if you've got no name, one customer coming to you and they want to come and buy again, it might be a challenge because they don't know how to find you again. They just saw you, they met you, they bought from you, but now they don't know how or where to get you again or how to contact you. So that is very, very bad for business. Your business needs to be branded. It is not even that much expensive, because once we get to content creation, I'm going to show you guys how to create your own brand names and everything and all that things. So just make sure you stick to the classes step by step. Ne? So let's move now. So there are 5 pillars that are going to help you to create what? A good brand identity. There are these strong pillars. These pillars, they are so essential that you really need to make sure that you put them on when you are doing your brand identity. Now, the first one is what? The brand purpose, your why. This one is very, very important. Why does your business exist beyond making money? Because if the only mission for you to do is to make money in starting a business, then you are going to have a problem, because so long as your business does not attend or to customer needs and wants, to customers' desires, then you are going to have a problem. Because making money, you can't make money if you've got no sales, right? You cannot make sales without what? Marketing. And you cannot market something that people are not interested in, right? You see, those things, they are just a long convoy, which is they build up to you having a good brand at the end. Now, so let's look at these examples. Why does your business exist beyond making money? Now, let's look at this. I help Swazi women feel confident and beautiful. Like, when we are dealing with customer psychology, you need to put this in your mind. Good, see, it is once you do not put the customer in your mind, it is highly possible that you are going to lose that customer, or you are definitely not going to get clients. You have to make your business more about the customer. The customer comes first. What do they want? What do they need? What do they desire? What is it that they would love? It is not just being innovative and you just starting something and then you decide to go and ask people to buy something because you've created it. If you want to survive in business, if you want to survive competition, you've got to make sure that before you can take those small resources, especially if you are starting, if you are still a startup business, you cannot just come out there and give us something that we don't need, we don't want, we don't desire. How will we pay for something that we are not interested in? So you might be using your small resources, your small time, and then you are now putting all the effort to try and promote the product, and people are really not interested. And then what happens at the end? We have lost, or we have run out of business. Now let's look at the second one. I make healthy eating affordable for families. In as much as your goal is not for providing healthy eating and affordable things for families, but immediately the customer thinks that it is about them, you have won the customer. You get what I'm saying? So you have won the customer by what? You've won the customer by telling them that this is all about them. Customers love to feel important. Oh my God, I feel like I have to repeat this one. Customers love to feel important. They want to be treated special. That is why we create what? We create VIP prices, VIP sections. Why? Because people love to feel important. Do you understand that you can be in the same building and just divide the building into 3 sections? The general part, the VVIP, and then the VIP. Definitely, people, because of their pride, they would want to pay for the VVIP section. Why? They feel like when they are there, they have made it. They feel like once they are there, they've made it. They love to feel special. So we use people's pride, we use the customer's ego, then we turn it around and we make money from it. Imagine the same building, same atmosphere, same sound system. It's not like we're going to be adding some additional drinks there, or we can just put water on their tables, and then all of a sudden it is just a VVIP section. You get what I'm saying? You have attended many music concerts, maybe parties, then they tell you that the VVIP ticket is even triple the price of the general ticket, and yet we are going to be on the same building and you're going to be hearing the same sound. But it is just customer psychology. People love to feel special. Make it about the customer, then you've won them. Then let's look at the third one. I teach young people skills to build their future. In as much as you are not interested in the future of young people, or maybe you are not interested in all that, but if you say that your business is about them, then young people are going to be coming to your business because they are concerned about their future. You get what I'm saying? They are concerned about their future. So if you are coming and you're saying you are teaching them skills that will help them to go and make it there, already they've seen their older brothers, their parents, their cousins, they've seen them failing in life. Their older brothers, they've seen them failing, so they don't want to make the same mistake. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to get there. Let's move. So now you have to make sure that you also create what? You have to think very well. And then, why are you starting the business? Keep that in mind. Let's move to pillar number 2. So pillar number 2 says what? These are brand values. What you stand for. You get what you stand for. What principles guide your business? Let's look at these examples. Quality over quantity. You know, quality is very much important in business, because you can produce 1,000 products, but if they are low quality, you might find that they are going to stay on the shelves for the next 2 years. You get what I'm saying? And then I decide to create just 10 premium products. I make my sales in my first month and my business is growing. It was not about the product. The idea was the quality of the product. Don't just be focused on mass production. Quality control is very important. Quality control is essential for every business. Do not compromise your standards. Do not compromise the resources that you use to create your product. Just because you saw something cheaper somewhere, and now you are deciding that, no, I'm going to start buying from this place, I'm going to start buying from that place. No, don't make that mistake. You get? Now, customer first always. But there is this statement that from a mentor. I usually say that the customer is always right, but not always correct. The customer is always right, but not always correct. You get what I'm saying? So a customer can be right, because if a customer, maybe you made a mistake in the order, in making their order, and then they come to you, they are now insulting you, they are shouting, telling you that you are a fool, or you are in debt, all manner of words. Does it mean that you are really a fool, or it is just how they see you? So they are right in the sense that it is how they see things, it is how they think, it is how they perceive the situation. But it doesn't mean that the person is correct. So the customer is always right, but not always correct. Keep that in mind. Now let's look at this. Honesty and transparency. Oh my God, this one is very, very important. Let's say you decided that you told the customer that I will be done with your order in 24 hours. Now there comes 24 hours and you are not even calling the customer. The customer is the one now making calls to you. Oh, the customer is the one now making calls to you, asking you, what happened? Where is my order? Is my order ready? And then you say, yeah, it is ready. I'll just be giving you this afternoon. You know very well that you are not even halfway towards the production of the order, but you are already telling the customer that you are done. So transparency, my friends. If ever you've got a challenge with the customer, if ever you've got a challenge with the client, tell them, make it known to them. Let them decide if they are waiting for you or moving forward. It is not a tactic to keep a customer by lying to them. Because if you lie to one customer, to one client, then you are definitely going to lose business in a lot of other areas which you did not think about. So it is very important for you to be honest. If you cannot meet the deadline, call. Take it up to you. Be responsible. Be responsible. Be transparent. Okay. If somebody sends you something and you'll be like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't think I can create this quality. I'm still a startup business, so I might not be able to afford to buy such resources to give you a quality product. Be transparent. Let the person decide either they continue with you or they are going to your competitor. Either way, do not try to take a customer's money, promising them a quality product, and yet you know that your resources are cheap. Stick to where you are. Stick to the customers in your league until you upgrade yourself. It is not wrong to make a referral that I think, let me send you this number, I think these people can help you. It is not wrong. It is actually wisdom, because if the person is going to say, this person is just giving me a number of their competitor, then the customer is going to trust you. So please make sure that you are transparent and you are very much honest. Now, innovation and creativity. It is very important in a business for you to be creative and innovative. A customer can give you an idea of what they want, but it is up to you. It is definitely up to you how you are going to create the product. So creativity is very much important, and innovativeness. Now, supporting local has become something that has been recognized in the country and outside other countries, because if you support local businesses, it means that you are just making sure that the money, the currency, it revolves around where that country. So if you are producing locally, most of the time deal with local clients, deal with local people, because it is easy to grow a community. Swaziland is too small, by the way. So if Swaziland is too small, it means it is easy for us. It is very, very easy for us to know each other, to build a community. Everyone knows someone. So make sure that we are supporting local. So now you need to pick at least 3 to 5 values that are non-negotiable for you. Make sure that you stick to them. Make sure that you stick to them. Let's just look at this example. The Swazi clothing brand. Now we take pride in what? In Swazi culture. It's quality craftsmanship. It is fair prices. There is customer care. Then there is innovation. Because customer care is very important. Imagine you have sold a product to somebody and they don't know how to operate the product. Now, since you have already made a sale to the person, you feel like you don't need them again. You are not even picking up their calls. You are not even calling them to check if the product is working, if they got the order well, if the order is working perfectly. You don't care, you don't mind. After customer service, after care is very important. Check with your clients. How is my product treating you? Do you need any alterations? Because if you are just going to be selling us oversized clothes and you don't even provide maybe alterations after that, now you want me to go and look for a tailor somewhere else. At least tell the customer that for the first or second or the 3 times alterations after service, be there for your customer even after they've paid. Your relationship does not end when the alert comes into your phone or when you receive that cash. No, that is basically the beginning of your relationship with that customer or that client. Let's move to 3. Brand personality. How you sound. So if your brand was a person, how would they be? How would they be like? Think about this. There is a tone. For instance, I can decide to make the class professional. Like, I decide to use big words, big business words that even if you are a startup, you don't even know what is going on. But the way I've created my class is that I use simple language. Why? Because I do understand that I'm dealing with different types of people, a different manner of races and all. So it is very much important, guys. It is very much important that you choose your language very well. Professional, friendly, fun, inspiring. Choose any tone. And be flexible, because tomorrow you are going to meet somebody who wants you to be professional. Then tomorrow you are going to meet somebody who just wants to be friendly. And if you become professional with someone who's expecting you to be friendly, you lose the customer. If you decide to be playing jokes when it is time for professionalism, you still lose what? The customer. If you decide to be inspiring when it is time for you to be fun and friendly, you lose the client. So you've got to understand the person in front of you. What is their expectation from you? What are they expecting from you? What tone? What language? The language. Is it formal? Is it casual? Is it a mix of English and Siswati? Know your audience very well. Does this audience of mine want me to be only sticking to English? Does this audience want me to mix? Does this audience want me to do what? To do only Siswati? The energy. There are people who you can see when you meet somebody for the first time, and then maybe you are coming calmly and the person is what? Is hyperactive, is hyper speaking. So you have got to be able to do what? To adjust to that client's preferences. If you decide to be calm when they want you to be excited, you are likely to lose the customer. If you decide to be excited when this person is calm and collected, they will think you are full of games and you lose them. So the energy, calm, exciting, motivating, is all up to you. Now let's look at this. Let's look at these examples. So if you look at this one, it says we provide premium automotive services with excellence. Then let's look at a friendly brand. Yebo, we fix your car and treat it like family. Now let's look at a fun brand. Your ride called, it wants a glow up. Let's make it happen. You see that this is a car service, ne? This is a car business, but the brand, formality, friendly, fun, they are all different, made for different customers. So choose your personality and you stay consistent on it, but be flexible. Now let's look at number 4, the target audience. Who you serve. Who are you building this brand for? It definitely cannot be for everyone. There is no way you can tell me that you are creating a product and your target market is everyone. So don't say everyone. That is basically no one. So if your business is targeting everybody, then you are targeting no one. You need to be specific. The age range, males, females, or both, income level, location, location counts a lot. Then interest, problems that they have. You do understand that different earning groups, they've got different problems. There are people who just earn enough so that they can just live the day, so that they can just get to the next day. There are people who have got so much that they are able to spend more at a very, very short period of time. So you need to know that your target audience, your target market, what type of people are they, and is it males, is it females, so that you can make sure that your brand is created specifically for them. If you ever notice that most of the brands that target women, they are usually in pink colors, because we believe that pink is a woman color, right? Most females, they love pink. So if your business is targeting females, it is mostly likely to use such colors, because colors, they also speak about the brand. We will get to that though. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this example. It's a Swazi fitness brand. Now it is targeting women from the age of 25 to 40. It is targeting people who are living in Babane or Manzini. It is targeting people who want to lose weight, but they are busy with work or family. Then it is targeting people who can't afford expensive gyms, and the people who want to exercise at home. You do understand that there are people who don't want to go to the gym, but they still want the training. So if you can give them something that they can use to exercise while they are still at the comfort of their homes, then you've got those clients. There are people who want to go to the gym, but they cannot afford the expensive gyms. They still want, but they are not able to pay for that premium product. So when you come in, you say you are now going to give it what? At an affordable rate. Now, the more specific you are, the better you can serve them. You get what I'm saying? The more specific you are about your business, then the better you can serve that target market. Now, let's look at the 5th one. Unique value proposition. What makes you different? Why should someone choose you over your competitors? What makes you different from them? You do understand that for instance, let's make an example with what? Let's make an example with KFC, Galitos, what is the other one? Footies. You do understand that most of the time their secret ingredient is the spice that they use. They can use the same chicken, use the same flour, use the same cooking oil, use the same temperatures, but the difference being in the spice that they use for creating that product. Because you can create your own KFC in the house, right? You can also deep fry your meat. You can also do your wings in the house. But what will make theirs different is the spice. So why should customers buy from you? How are you different from your competitors? Now let's look at this. If you fill in this sentence, I help that then you put your target audience to you put the benefit, buy, you put your unique method. For instance, let's look at this example. I sell good clothes at good prices. Oh, okay. So what? But if someone is going to say, I help young Swazi professionals look confident and work with affordable, tailored, African-inspired business wear. You do understand that when I talk about young Swazi professionals, already when the person thinks of associating themselves with me, they think or they assume or they feel that they are going to be taken as what? As professionals. Already I am admitting that before you would want to sign up with us, you are a professional, therefore we are going to treat you as such. And then we talk about looking confident and work. You do understand that there is too much competition with dress codes in the workplace. People will look at you from the shoes you wear till your necktie, even to the watch that you're going to put on your hand. They will be looking at all those things. Why? Because of competition in terms of dressing. So I might just get a client simply because they want to look what? Confident at work. And looking confident does not have to be expensive. That's why we've put what? Affordable. When we are dealing with business people, we don't talk about cheap things. We don't talk about cheap things. Once we deal with business people, we are talking about what? We are talking about affordable products. You get what I'm saying? We talk about affordable products. We don't say cheap. We don't use the name cheap. Then, tailored. Tailored. It means we are going to produce everything specifically for you. Almost like a custom-made item. And do you know that custom-made items, they are more expensive, right? But if we tell you that we are still going to give you a custom-made product, but at an affordable rate, definitely we are winning the customer. Let's look at the next example. I do digital marketing. But if I say I help Swazi businesses get 100 plus customers per month through social media without spending money on ads. Every aim of a business is to get customers, right? Every aim of any business, it is to make sure that there are people coming in. There are people who are buying. That is the main interest of business people, of entrepreneurs around the world, right? So if I'm going to promise you that you are going to get 100 plus, already the person is calculating that if I can just get 100 customers, each paying at 300, so I'm going to be able to make what? 3,000. That is very good. Or 30,000. You see, the person is calculating already. The person is calculating, what am I going to benefit from this thing? And if I'm going to tell you that they are not going to be spending money on ads, because they know that running ads is expensive, in as much as it is an essential expense in a business. Because if we do not advertise, then how are we going to get customers? If we don't advertise, how are we going to be getting customers? Now, I want you, in your spare time, after this class, I want you to look at this thing. I want you to build your own brand foundation. So, you are going to look at what? You are going to look at your brand purpose. Why does your business exist? Brand values, choose 3 that are going to guide your business. And then brand personality, how do I want to sound? Then the target audience, who exactly am I serving? The unique value, what makes me different? This exercise is very much important because it is going to guide you. Even if you are really going to into business, make sure that you write this one down. It will give you just a very good picture of what you are going to be dealing with. Now let's look at creating your brand voice and personality. Brand voice explained. Now, your brand voice is how you communicate. It should be consistent across what? Everything. On your social media post, on messages, on packaging, on advertisements, everything. Your brain voice should be the same. Let's look at the brain voice formula. So the brain voice formula, it is what? You pick your position on these scales. Professional or casual? Professional, let's look at this. Kindly make your reservation. But casual, hey, book your spot now. You see, this is the same statement. This is the same instruction. But the way it is communicated, it is what? It is different. And then let's look at serious or fun. Serious, quality products for discerning customers. Fun, stuff you'll all love. So you see, these are all voices. These are all voices. Then we've got what? Formal to friendly. Formal, we appreciate your patronage. Friendly, thanks for choosing us. Technical versus simple. Our patent formula delivers optimal results, but a symbol, it just works better. You see, these are just statements said in different ways, but their different ways are very important so that you create what? You are able to create the voice of your business. Let's look at this one. I'm going to attach the notes. Next to this so that you are able to download them and be able to get them. You get? Now, let's look at this. Examples for Swazi businesses. Homemade Swazi baskets. What is the voice choice? Friendly, warm, cultural pride. Let's look at the post. How we're going to be able to do the post. Saumona. Each basket is woven with love by Swazi women using skill passed down through generations. When you buy from us, you're not just getting a basket, you are keeping our culture alive and supporting a family. Siyabonga. You get this? So there is what? There is an intro over here, but and then we've got the goodbyes here, and then you see we have put cultural pride. Why? Because we're talking about Swazi women and we're talking about skills passed down from generation to generation, and most of the time people are willing to pay more for such skills. So you can just price your product premiumly because of just associating yourself with what? Cultural pride. This is just an example. Let's look at this second one. This one is urban Swazi streetwear. Bold, young, confident. That is their voice choice. Now, new drop alert. Rep your Swazi pride with style. Limited edition hoodies. Only 50 pieces. When they are gone, they are gone. Link in bio. Let's go. You see? Just like that. This one is for what? It is for young people. That's why it is confident and it is bold. The way it has been put right here. But if we are going to decide to talk about a professional service business like an accounting firm, I don't think there is time for jokes when we are dealing with accounts. This is money, So if it is money, there is no time for jokes. Running a business is hard enough. Let us handle your books so you can focus on growth. Free consultation for new clients this month. DM us to schedule. You see, straight to the point. So make sure that your product, your service, your brand voice, it has to go hand in hand with the type of product that you're going to be distributing or the type of service that you're going to be providing. You get what I'm saying? So now, it is very much important to mix your languages strategically. You have to make sure that you are able to mix these things strategically, guys. You can use both English and Siswati. You can just use cultural pride. You can connect deeper with your local customers, and you can stand out from international brands, and you build trust. When to mix languages. Look at this. This is what you should do. For greetings, sawubona, sanibonani, thank you, siyabonga, ngiyabonga. Cultural references, emaswati, Swazi pride, emotional moments, love, right? But don't miss in a mix of technical explanations. Because if you are going, for instance, when you're talking about AI, you are going to notice that once you talk about AI, most of the time I have to stick to English. Why? Because you are not going to be writing the AI in Siswati, right? So if I'm busy feeding you in Siswati, how are you going to be getting good prompts and be able to get good results if you are deciding to be using Siswati? So make sure that your language mix is in the right way. For instance, let's look at this. Sawubona Makaya. Our new Swazi print dresses are here, perfect for any occasion. Order now and get free delivery in Manzini. Siyabonga for your support. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about mixing the languages, but you do not necessarily need to remove or deplete the intention of the message. You get? Now, let's look at too much. Don't explain everything twice in both languages. That is just being repetitive, and being repetitive is really boring, guys. Don't be doing that. Don't do that. Then, too likely, missing opportunity to connect cultural. So make sure that you drop these words along the way so that people are drawn into what you are saying. So keep it natural and strategic. You get? Now, let's look at logo and visual basic designs. Why visuals matter? So we need to talk about something critical here. So people judge your business in the very few seconds based on how it looks. That's instant. Immediately somebody looks at your business, they have already decided either they're doing business with you or not. You do understand that? So your visuals, they either say, this is professional, I can't trust this, or this looks cheap, I'll scroll past it. What are your visual brand elements? This is essential, guys. This is everything. Let's look at this. So your logo is your business symbol, right? The colors. Your colors are very important. Fonts. The font styles you're going to be using, they are very important. Images or photos. The visual style, very important. The graphics. Everything about your logo, it needs to do what? Or about your brand, not just your logo, about your brand. It needs to be consistent everywhere. Have brand colors. Don't be using green and red today. Tomorrow it is yellow and maroon. The next day it is blue and white. Stick to the color. Every company has got company colors. Your colors say a lot. Your colors say a lot, guys. Let's look at this. You don't need to spend thousands on the logo, but you need to follow these rules. The 5 rules for great logos. Let's look at this. 1, it needs to be simple. People should remember it easily. And it should work in small sizes, profile pictures, and being able to use it as your letterhead on business cards, on any document that has to be engraved in the company. And then it needs to also work in black and white. We are going to print this thing in white paper, so it needs to be visible there. Imagine you've got a logo, but it is not visible once you put it where? Once you put it in a white paper or in a black paper. So the colors are very important, the ones you're going to choose to use for your logo. Now, examples. Let's look at this. There is what? A Nike whoosh, an Apple's apple, McDonald's golden arches. You do understand, you see, these things, they can be in white t-shirt, in a black t-shirt, it can be in anything, any customizable item that the business is going to decide. So trying to fit 10 images and all services in one logo, my friend, that's a turn off. That's a turn off. Don't do that one. Number 2, it needs to be relevant. What should hint at what you do, should match your industry. You are not like Apple, because Apple has built their company to an extent that everybody knows about them. But when you are a startup, and if you are a startup, you decide to do like Apple, because Apples have got nothing to do with that technology, right? Like, they don't mix. This is a fruit, but they are doing technology stuff, right? So you cannot do that, you as a startup, because we won't even know what industry you are doing. We won't even know or what your business is all about. Let's look at this. A fitness brand, it should be strong, active shapes. A baby product, soft, gentle shapes. Why? It is for kids. A tech company, modern, clean shapes. And it should be memorable, unique enough to stand out, simple enough to recall. Can someone draw your logo from memory? You see this thing? Then, timeless. It should avoid trendy effects that look dated fast. Classic beats trendy. So don't just be in the mood and say, this month this is what is trending, so I'm going to build a business based on this. It might not be trending next month, it might not be trending next year, and you might find yourself out of business. Versatile. Or for instance, let's look at this: rainbow ingredients, 3D effects, too many details. But a good one is what? It is clean, simple, classic design, just like that. Now, versatile. Being versatile, it is being what? It is being flexible. It can be used in white background, on black background. It works in color. It works black and white. It works big. It is working small. That is very, very important. Now, let's look at the types of logos. The types of logos, there's what we call a word mark. These are text-based logo, just a business name styled nicely. For instance, Coca-Cola, Google, FedEx. So they just use their business names, just that they are styled nicely. Though that is what we call word mark. So these ones are based for what? For new businesses, building their name recognition, for short business names, for service-based businesses. They are very, very good. They work perfectly. You get. Then there's what we call a letter mark. A letter mark, this is an initial based. For instance, you are using initials or abbreviations like Bo IBM, Bo HPO, Nabo CNN. You see those ones, it is not the complete name of the company, but these are just initials or the abbreviation for that company. You get. Now, let's look at it like this. So it is best for long business names for established businesses. Very important for this part, yeah, established businesses, because if you are a startup and then you decide to do what? CNN, and we have no idea, like literally, we have no idea what your CNN is all about. Now, it should be, we can use a symbol or an icon, just an image symbol. For instance, like when we are dealing with Apple, Twitter bed, the Nike whoosh. So this one is also good for established brands and very specific products. Warning: it is hard for new businesses. No one knows what you are yet. So it is very important to know, as a business, where are you? Like, where are you? That is very, very, very important, guys. Don't want to be like big guys when you are still a brand new guy in the game. Ne? Don't make that mistake. So let's move. Then the combination mark. The combination mark, it can be a text plus a symbol together. Like Bo Baker King, Bo Lacoste, Nabo Adidas. You get what I'm saying? So this one, most businesses use this one, and it gives you flexibility. So you can just see the symbol and you know this symbol is for what? It is for Adidas. You can see the symbol, you know it is for Lacoste, right? But they use both the names and the initials. So now, the color psychology in business. Color psychology is very, very important. Colors aren't just pretty. They make people feel things. Let's look at this. If you are going to decide to use red in your brand or in your branding, the feelings for red is what? It's energy, it's passion, it's agency, it's excitement. It is good for what? For food, for fitness, for entertainment, and for sales. You see, the Coca-Cola logo is what? It's just red, right? KFC, it's red. YouTube, it is red. You see, it is all talking about energy, passion, agency, and excitement. And then when we move to blue, blue is what? There is trust, there is calmness, it is professional, it is reliable. For instance, when you talk about banks, tech industry, the healthcare and services, let's look at Facebook, let's look at paper, let's look at Samsung. You see, these brands, they are under the color blue because they want you to trust them. Colors, they really communicate with the person. They really communicate with the person. When we talk about green, it is health, it is nature, it is growth, it is fresh. It is best for what? For health, it is best for organic products, for environment associated businesses, for finance. Like Whole Foods, Masterclass, number Spotify, you do understand that theirs is what? It is green. Now, let's move on to yellow. Yellow is creating what? It creates happiness, it creates optimisticness, being friendly, youthful. It is best for children, for food, for fun brands like McDonald's, for Snapchat, nabo IKEA, you see. So, those ones, they are good with yellow. Then, when we talk about orange color, the orange color, it is about what? It is about being creative. It is about being adventurous, affordable, fun. So we can use it for brands under entertainment, under sports, under young brands. And for instance, let's look at Fanta, let's look at Nickelodeon, let's look at Haley Davidson. So they use the orange color because they are talking about being creative, they want to talk about being adventurous and affordability, even with a little bit of fun. You see. Now let's look at purple. Purple is to deal what? With luxury, with wisdom, creative and royal. It is good for beauty, for luxury products and creative services. For instance, we use this one for Hallmark, for Cadbury, for Yahoo. But if we are going to be talking about black, black can be talking about being sophisticated, powerful, elegant, modern. It is good for what? For my luxury brands, fashion, high-end products like for what? Chanel, nabo Nike, nabo Apple. You see, white. White is about what? It's about clean, simple, pure, and modern. So it is this one is minimalist brands, nabo healthcare, nabo technology like Bo, Tesla, nabo Apple. Then so you cannot just decide, because no, I'm just going to go with red, I'm just going to go with blue, I'm just going to go with green. No, you need to choose your colors wisely. Like firstly, what feeling do you want? So pick one primary color which is going to be the main color, and then choose one or two secondary colors that are supporting colors. Basically, have one neutral color which is a white or black or gray. Let's look at this. It was the restaurant. The primary color, it should be warm orange, right? For appetite and friendly. Basic secondary colors. Deep green. For what? For fresh ingredients. Neutral. Cream. Of white. It shows what? It shows warmness and cleanliness. So make sure you just keep it to 3 to 4 colors maximum. Don't be a rainbow. Every color is available in your brand. No, my friend, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So these are free tools that you can use to create what? To create your brand. So you can. You will find when we're talking about how to do graphic designs and video editing. There you are going to know how to use Canva. These are free tools that I'm actually giving you. So you can just click on the document and it is going to take you there. So if you immediately click this, it is going to take you there. So you can create my logos, you can create free templates laba. So it is very, very easy for you. Then you can use looker.com also. It is AI powered logo maker. It is free to design, a small fee to download. But I recommend this one. I recommend Canva. Just stick to Canva. If you are using a phone, you can download it as an app. If you are using a computer, you can just use it online. Because most of these other ones might give you problems. But if you want, you can use them. They are also here like Bo colors, Nabo Google Fonts, ne? Then I need you to do this exercise. I need you to do this exercise on your own, ne? On your own. So we are going to build your visual brand identity. You are going to do all that on your own, ne? I don't need to put on it. So guys, let's just recap on what we're talking about today. Now, a brand is more important than a logo, and it is more than just the logo. It's the feeling people get. It's what makes you different. It is what makes people to remember you. Then the 5 pillars of brand identity: purpose, your why; values, what you stand for; personality, how you sound; the target audience, who you serve; unique value, what makes you different. Then we move on to brand voice and personality. You need to be consistent across everything. Remember, you need to choose your tone deliberately. You need to mix your languages strategically for Swazi market. Then we talked about visual design basics: symbol beats complicated, colors create feelings, consistency builds trust. Use free tools like Canva. Stick to that one. So you started your brand building. You started building your brand today, right? So you have clarity most businesses don't have. You have a foundation to build on. You are already 90% ahead of your competitors. So guys, make sure that you attend to the assignment that I gave you, and this is just basically to help you out. It's not like it is important for me. As for me, I'm way over that, but this is to help you to create your brand very, very well. Guys, make sure you tune in to the next video. For now, we are done. Bye.